Hey, happy Friday, everyone. Mr. Success here. You know what they say, brand new day, brand new opportunities. And today, I want to discuss a very important resource, a very important tool, a guide. This guide is a book, and the book is called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Let me repeat that. The book is called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And what this book is all about is, like I said, a resource, a guide, a tool, which attempts to help people in a way to realize their bad habits, what are good habits, what are bad habits, a tool to be able to utilize to discard our bad habits, change those bad habits into better habits so that we can be able to create positive results within our lives. And so, as I was reading along, I got to chapter 2. And in chapter 2, the author discusses a very important perspective that changes our reality. And he states that our habits change our identities. Identities change our habits. Whatever we engage in, that's who we identify ourselves with. And he gives a very, very important example of, how this thing works, how this change of reality works. So in the example, we have a person that smokes cigarettes and they're trying to quit smoking cigarettes. So in example 1, the person is offered a cigarette and he states, "Oh, I don't smoke anymore." Yeah, that's a very good thing to say if you want to, let go of that habit, but that still implies that they are a smoker. That still implies that they might refuse that cigarette at that given moment, but maybe some other day, the next day, tomorrow, they might go for another cigarette. And they still identify themselves with that habit. But here's the most important key takeaway that I've gotten from it. In example number 2, the person is offered a cigarette, and what happens is it's like a change in reality, a change in perspective. When that person is offered that cigarette, they say, I'm not a smoker. I'm not a smoker anymore. I don't smoke anymore. I'm not that person. They don't identify themselves with that bad habit anymore. They let go of that identity. And so I want you to realize that you can change your identity at any given moment. You don't have to be a gambler. You don't have to be an addict. You don't have to, you don't have to be that person anymore. You can let go of those habits that are holding you. You can let go of those habits that are holding you back from success. You can let go of everything that is holding you back from success. You don't have to identify yourself as a gambler. You don't have to identify yourself as a smoker. You don't have to identify yourself as an addict. You have to understand that we can change our identities. We can change who we are by realizing that choice, that decision, that makes all the difference within our lives. And I want you to realize you have that choice. You have that choice to make. You don't have to identify yourself as that person who you were before. You don't even have to engage in that habit anymore. I want you to realize that the power is in your hands to change who you are, to change your life. I want you to realize that you can be a very successful person if you identify yourself as that. And, that's the main key takeaway that I've gotten from chapter 2 in Atomic Habits. And I want you to know that I identify myself as a majorly successful entrepreneur, a majorly successful multimillionaire, dedicated to inspiring the lives of others around the world to be able to live their best lives. That's who I identify myself as. I don't identify myself as anything that is going to bring me down. I don't identify myself with any habit that is going to hold me back from, being successful in my life. I want you to realize that we have that power. We have that choice. And I want you to take this key takeaway, and I want to know your opinion. I want to know, if you read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. I want to know what key takeaways you've gotten from that book. I want to know how that book has changed your life, and how that book has been able to change your habits, realize those habits, and discard those bad habits and replace them with better habits. Let me know what chapters you like, what key takeaways that you gotten from the book. I want to know. You can leave comments in the section. Just let me know. What's your favorite chapter? What's your favorite perspective within the book? What's your favorite, tool, guide that the author, James Clear, talks about within Atomic Habits? I want to know. And I want you to realize that you can be a very successful person You can be that athlete. You can be that author. You can be that musician. You just have to identify yourself as that person. You don't, and let go of those bad habits. Practice every day. Practice makes perfect. And I want you to also realize that knowledge is power. So, let's be successful today. Let's have a great day. Remember, leave comments in the section. Tell me your favorite chapter in the book. Tell me your favorite key takeaways from Atomic Habits. Let me know. And I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Let's get to it. Let's be successful.